Okay, in this episode, we are going to be going over enchantments. If I can keep my phone from falling over. I do apologize for the cockeyed angle. I'm doing the best I can. My phone does not have a stand. Okay, so as long as nothing moves, we should be good. Okay, I did a test run of this and I did it out of order, so it took me quite some time. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. First, we're going to get the mark and recall spells that if you was watching, I believe the 6.5. I showed the location, but I did not purchase them so that you could see it now, just in case. I don't want people to miss a point 0.5 episode because they didn't want to sit through a long deal and miss something valuable. So I may have to readjust this several times. It's giving me a hard way to go today. Okay, so in case you did miss it, buy it from her. Now, she's got other spells we will eventually come back and buy, but I want to keep my guide simple as possible. So we're not going to buy a whole sleuth of spells. We're just going to buy what we need when we need it. Okay, now while we're here, we're going to go ahead to part 2. And we're going to start gathering some extra gems. Now, since we're already part of the Mages Guild, these are quote-unquote free. And these chests will refill roughly about a week. I mean, if you wait at the side of a bed and just wait for 7 days, it doesn't feel like it's always accurate, but they do refill eventually. It might be once a month. I don't know the exact time. Oop. Okay. So I guess indirectly I'm going to end up giving you a couple of quick places to find gems to start off with. I guess I will throw this in there that once you start exploring the game, you will find all kinds of gems. I was finding Grand Soul gems on my other character left and right. And if you do come across Grand Soul gems while you're playing around, save those if they don't have any souls in them. Because I will be doing a tutorial on how to use Grand Soul gems. But that may still be another moment because we gotta lead into it. Let me see here. So, almost done with this. Then we gotta make some money. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. Whatever you do, do not pick up this ring. I'm sure it's for a quest, but they don't like it if you touch that. So don't accidentally pick it up. And maybe telling you that it's there might keep you from accidentally touching it. I don't know. Okay, so here comes the fun part. We're going to do something a little out of order. I'm trying to think of the shortest route to do this where you have to make the least amount of re-steps. Selfishly, because I don't want this video to be longer than it has to be. And it may already be so anyhow, just because I have to grind for some quick cash. But unlike my previous game through, or my little test drive, before I start filming, I do everything I plan to do and try to come up with the best route. And yeah, I think this should make this a hell of a lot shorter. This is why I went ahead and bought that mark and recall. I hadn't planned to show that until like the third thing on my list. But here's why. You want to get close enough that you can see his name. And you want to mark this spot. Alright. Now you go. The reason why we're doing this is because even when you're over encumbered, you can still teleport. And we're going to make almost 35,000 worth of gold. So we're going to be standing still for a moment, and we're going to be over encumbered as well. So it basically, what I'm trying to say is you got two choices. You can either mark and recall and just teleport there over encumbered, or make about 8 trips running back and forth, and I'm too lazy for that. I already did that once. It wasn't fun. So, yeah, let's show you the better route so you don't have to do it. Alright, now, let me see here. My alchemy right now is at 51. So, one of the tricks I'm going to be showing you at the end of this video with the uh, enchantment will be how to not have to use this spell, in order to get this level up. So, level up alchemy. Don't do that. Oh no. Of course. Bad timing for that to fail. Okay, let's try this again. Come on. It's because my destruction level is so low. Even she's disappointed. She said, when you turn this into an enchantment later, this will be like instant and you won't fail. So I didn't get this struggle when I was testing this out earlier. It's like 1 out of 5. So the reason why I'm doing this right now is because the higher your alchemy level is, let's see, how many do I got to go? 1 more. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and level up, get my little boost on intelligence. And now I'm going to play some music and I'm going to grind for a moment. You're welcome to skip ahead. I don't blame you. But I want to be consistent and show that I'm not cheating on my behalf. So that is why I'm going to grind. So give me about 2 minutes. So here we go. See, I'm over encumbered. I should still be able to teleport. Alrighty. We'll be back in a few minutes. I was checking my fatigue. on, I take my jacket off. Whew. Halfway done. Oops. Alright, we're getting there. Wait a second. I left my drink way away. I'm like sitting here hot and thirsty. I was like, damn. If my phone falls, I'm in trouble. Okay, cool. I apologize. I got a forbidden painting just to the side there. I don't want to have to restart this. How much does he have left? 18. Alright, 27. I don't think we'll have enough to do this in one shot, unfortunately. I sure as hell tried. I got 300 at once. Alright. Because I know one enchantment costs 16 and the other one costs 17. So, there's no way around it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to do this one more time. At least you know I'm being honest about it. I will put in the description when they actually get to the enchantment part. But if you're cool enough to hang out, then I appreciate that too. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. The enchantments cost a bit of money to get it started, but then after that, it's really easy. Like, you'll find them everywhere. It's just this first step is the most expensive part. And really, it's not even that expensive. It's just expensive because we're having to start off from the bottom. We literally just started the game, and our enchantments or our alchemy skill, we're leveling it up as we are making money. So I mean, yeah, it's not like this would be hard if you were starting this mid-game. It's just doing that because we're trying to become a god instantly. So some things take a little bit of time. This should cover it. Oh, side note though, and I guess wrong button. I'll go ahead and explain to this while we're sitting here waiting. I do love enchantments more in Morrowind than Oblivion and Skyrim, and here's one of the reasons why, is that they recover on their own. Like your enchantments on your weapons that deal damage, or if you enchant stuff to anything really, whether it's clothes, your weapons, or for whatever purpose, over time they heal or they restore. That's awesome. In Oblivion and on, uh, you've always had to refill them with souls. Now, technically, you still can with this as well. If you're impatient and you want to use a soul gem and fill something up, by all means. Uh, and usually you can just wait, but if you're in battle, I guess. There you go. Then save you. Yeah, you can't really wait if you're in a hostile area. So that might be a circumstance if you're in a fight and you got enchantments you're trying to use and they're already used up. Whoops. We're almost there. This is the worst part of it. After this, it'll be pretty easy. No one likes to grind. Let's see, how much money do we have? 36. We should have enough, but I don't want to make a return trip. So I'm going to do one more and we should be good. Alright, that should handle it. Let's get out of here. On to the fun stuff. Alrighty. So, the first thing we're going to do is, now, in my case, I've got this sword here I bought earlier. Hopefully you bought at least one weapon to go with your character, because we're going to need, I mean, technically you can just cast soul trap on the enemy with your spell, but if you're following along just for simplicity, this would really help you, uh, at least for example's sake. So I always find it easier to just buy the cheap one first. We want to see if enough time's passed. Oh, cool. I got some free stuff. Awesome. I didn't know it's been that long. Alright. So she will help you enchant stuff. But first, we're going to buy the cheapest of the cheapest, because we're going to need our money elsewhere. And this is to show you how to enchant. Alright. Now, keep track. This is 20 minutes in. Okay. So, soul gem. And then we're going to use our steel longsword. We'll buy a better weapon when we decide. This will do for now. And then soul trap for 3 seconds. Because really, if one's not long enough for it to die, but 3 is long enough for it to be hit, and then possibly hit again before the spell is canceled. So you'll notice the charge is at 10, So that's not bad. Price is 1,000. We're gonna go with that. So now we've successfully created an enchanted item. Okay, now every time we make an enchanted item, it's going to unequip it from us. So we're going to re-equip it, and now I'm going to demonstrate how to use it. So this is when it finally starts to get interesting. I say that, and then I hit a loading screen. Here we go. I tell you what, the graphics literally are different from day to night. That sounded kind of obvious, but like at nighttime, like you feel that you're playing an Xbox game. This actually doesn't look too bad. All right, now usually I've been lucky and there's a enemy up here. Let's see. Okay, cool. Now, I'm sorry, I forgot to describe this. When you enchant this, I meant to say this. Cast when strikes. Make sure that you cast when strikes on weapons. Now, you won't have that option on shield or clothes. But if you're going to cast it on a sword, like if you're going to do fire damage or whatever, you can cast a spell and it shoot from your weapon when you cast it. But that's not what you want. So, he paralyzed. Give me a second. Alright, we've trapped the soul. Now, in this case, it's a weak one. It's only 200. I was getting some poison or some better stuff earlier on the test run. Alright, I got a plan B. So, what we're going to do is recover our magic. Don't worry, we're going to make a ring to do that here in a second as well. We're going to make 2 rings before we end the video to do all the boring stuff that we made spells for in the previous episode. One ring will be to recover your magic instantly so that you don't have to do the black, black, white, white, black, or whatever it is. My muscle memory. Black, white, I think. And like I said, the spell that you cast to recover that I showed you that drains intelligence, we're pretty much just going to make an enchantment that does the same thing. So, and then we're going to make a enchantment for a ring that will drain your skill, just like the spell. And then you don't have to worry about casting it and worry about efficiency. So we're going to steal these creature souls. What's my fatigue? Yeah, when you make this stuff, try to remember to keep at least a couple of fatigue potions. You will not believe how handy it is to have full fatigue at a drop of a dime. Oh, real quick. Notice I just used this and this says 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10, right? Okay. I bet you before we get to the next enemy, it'll already be recovered. It's already been a few minutes. We might as well. It's not that far. I think the next spell that I'm going to go over, it's the same place that we got the recall spell. But I think the next thing we're going to do is learn the jump spell. I'm going to add that enchantment to something. Because it sure as hell makes traveling a lot faster. No, no. I don't think we got something that can capture that spell. Or that soul. Now, usually I was hoping to find a diseased creature because if it's diseased, its soul is worth more for some reason. So I was kind of hoping that we'd get a rat or something, but we didn't get that luck, unfortunately. And I don't really see one around. Alright, so let's see what souls we got here. I don't think we got anything big. If you get a one that has a disease, you can get up to 800 pretty easily. I'm not going to jump over there and mess with all that. This video is way too long. Unless he wants to chase me. Anyhow, we're almost back to the town anyway. So, while this is loading, I'm going to mark 20 minutes for enchantment start. Let's see here. What was it? At the 20-minute mark was about when I showed you how to enchant your weapon. And then now at the 27 mark is when we're going to show you how to make the rings. Cool. So, apologize for the outer monologue here, but it's for your convenience. By the time that you get to this video, you just got to click on the numbers. Alrighty. So, this is the one that's going to recover your magic. So we're going to actually try to keep this separate because we're going to do this more than once. We want to have this convenient, and we're not going to throw this away. So magic, recover. Alright. See how that was 16,000? They're not cheap. Now, this one will be more of a throwaway. I'm going to use the 400. But we're going to equip it on the expensive ring. And this one will be the drain skill. So this will be for... let's go ahead and say alchemy just so we can finish with this. The shelf, and it's going to be for 100, duration 3 seconds. Notice the enchantment says 15 out of 15. That's the max that this enchantment can hold. So now you may want to at least make it stand out if you make multiple rings, but really, unless you just want to level up endlessly, that doesn't really serve an extra point. ALC. Alright, bye. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how this works. First off, normally you couldn't recover your magic with that spell because my fatigue is 0 right now. However, with this amulet, you notice how I got that little red up there? 0 magicka, 0 intelligence. That means that it's working. 3, 2, 1. So the amulet recovered your magic, just like it was supposed to. And then we're going to use the alchemy. So, drain alchemy 100 points on self. So when you go to this individual and you go to training, alchemy would cost 730. Can't teach you anything, right? Now, instantly, now it says 8 out of 20 on how much you used of it, but that won't matter. You'll see why in a second. Your skill level is 0 at the moment on alchemy. So quickly, before that goes away, you can go to training. Your alchemy is now, it costs 1 to level up. Now that's been an hour. So check this out. When you go back to your ring, it's back to 20 out of 20. So you can do this again and again, and you don't ever have to cast a spell again. You can sit here and level up if you wanted to, as much as you wanted at this point. So I'm not going to be over redundant with that. This video is too long, but there you go. Now you know how to create the spells, and you can even make spells to do shortcuts or enchantments, shortcuts for the spells. So now we have, just to finish this off, we have a enchantment that does the spell that we made earlier. We have a enchantment that does the same thing as the spell we made earlier. And these are just scrolls. So enchantments are pretty cool, and they recover on their own. So definitely worth checking out. I hope that helps.